Now we have to check the genotypic frequency. Genotype is what? The combination of alleles, and here we can see this is one allele, this is one separate allele, this is one separate allele. So the combination of the allele will be genotype. So will be what? P plus Q into P plus Q 1. So this is constant. Again, according to our rule, the genotypic frequency will also be constant throughout the generation. So what we will get? P square plus 2pq plus q square equal to 1. The p square is what? P cross p. Q square is what? Q cross q. So we have said that p is the dominant allele. So what will be this? Homozygous dominant. What will be this? Homozygous recessive. And this 2pq, this will be heterozygous. Now one thing has to be remembered, this pq is not the heterozygous, the whole 2 into pq is heterozygous. Okay, so heterozygous will be 2pq, not pq. We will check in the problems when we will solve the problems. But I have said that there will be no evolutionary consequences, and there will be and must be some conditions, like when it will happen. So let's check when it will happen. The first point is no mutation. Second point is no selection. Selection means what? This is the sexual selections. So there will be no selections, no mutation. Mutation, we know that the changes in the chromosomes and genes, that should not be happen, otherwise the frequency will be differed. So these things should not be needed. No emigration and immigration. Emigration means organisms coming to the population, outside organisms coming to the population from outside. That means if the population is size of 100 organisms and some 5 organisms are coming from other populations, so it is called emigration, and that is not needed to have the equilibrium of Hardy-Weinberg. And immigration is what? Just the opposite, like going out of organisms from a population. Like as I have said that the population is number of 100, or the population is consists 100 organisms. The 5 organisms just go away from that population, so now the population size is 95. So in this case, the allelic frequency and the genotypic frequency will not be in constant, like the p plus q1 and p square plus 2pq plus q square equal to 1 will not happen. Now the fourth thing that is very much needed, that is random mating. No assortative mating. Assortative mating means that is the biased mating, but that should be random mating. The last point is population size will be large. So what will be the significance of this? Because you can see that mutation is random, but we are telling that there should be no mutation to be the population in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. So in the real world, you can't see a population who is maintaining the Hardy-Weinberg law, but we can hypothesize by using this Hardy-Weinberg law many things. Like we can't calculate the gene frequency or the genotypic frequency throughout the population by just counting or calculating. So in this law or with this law, we can hypothesize, and it will be very easier to assume that we can assume that the population is in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, so that we can expect and observe the values of the frequencies of allele and genes at most, I mean. So now we will see some problems, how to solve these problems. But before that, I want to tell one thing, that is in the emigration and immigration part, I actually told it reversely. I am sorry for that. The emigration is going out of the population. This is emigration. Means you are in a population, you are going out to another place, so you are emigrating from it. And some person is coming to your population, so this person actually causing the immigration to your population. So immigration will be this, the outside of the outsiders coming to your population. So let us come to the problem. So let's see, the frequency of two alleles in a gene pool is 0.4 for the dominant and 0.6 for the recessive. Now assume that the population is in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, so we have to calculate the percentage of heterozygous individuals in the population. So you know, heterozygous means two PQ, remember? So here 2AA, right? Now check that 0.4 plus 0.6 equal to 1. So it's in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. The allelic frequency is the same. So here let's suppose A is 0.4. There is the capital A is 1.4 and small a is 0.6. So 2PQ is what? 2 into 0.4 cross 0.6. So 48.48, right? The calculation is right. So the 0.48 will be the heterozygous, the percentage of the heterozygous individuals. Now we have to check the homozygous dominant and recessive in the population. So homozygous dominant mean P square, and homozygous recessive means Q square. So P square will be 0.4 cross 0.4, that is 1.6, and Q square will be 0.6 cross 0.6, that is 0.36. So let's check P square plus 2PQ plus Q square will be 1 or not. P square is 0.16, Q square is 0.48, and Q square is 0.36, equal to 1, right? So it's in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium and our solution is correct. Let's come to the second part. This is a little bit tricky than that. Here you can see an allele B, that is the cause for the white color, is dominant over allele B, that is black, and we have 900 goats population. Of them 891 are white and 9 are black. So what we have, 900 goat, white 891, black means BB, that is 9, and white means capital B and capital B small b. Remember, the heterozygous one will also be the white. So now you can see we have to check, let's see, assume the population is in hydrolytic, calculate the frequencies. I think the question will be calculate the allelic frequencies. So you can see so for the homozygous recessive, the q square will be the number of total homozygous recessive by total population. So number of total homozygous recessive is 9, total population is 900, so it is 1 by 100 or 0.01, right? So we know that according to Weinberg equilibrium, q square equal to 0.01, so q will be 0.1. So according to Weinberg equilibrium, we can get that p equal to 1 minus 0.1 equal to 0.9, or we can check from bb and p small b part from 2, but this will be easier, that is 1 minus 0.1 by 9. So the frequency of b will be 0.9 and small b will be 0.1. Simple. Thank you.